Oh.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I really need to fix my sign. It's like going like this.
Yeah, I
But
couldn't even get mine in the screen no more. I was thinking about changing it. I was like, would you rather see this or the sign?
at
So
least it's showing me and not you. I
I,
like that.
I had to center it out.
How you been, DeAndre?
Um, honestly, I've been bombarded with work for about a week and a half.
Is it
But
midterms yet?
actually, yes, it's actually is midterms, and the crazy part is we get a break soon. Thank the good heaven,
Oh,
get a
fall
break.
break.
So yeah, fall break. So it's really everything's coming in pace by pace, but I'm slicing and dicing it. It's not too overwhelming to the
You
point
the
where
fruit ninja?
I can't handle it. Like I really am managing my time well, you know. So that's how that goes. But somebody's about to be 35 in a few days. So
Don't play with me.
how are you feeling? Talk to me.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'll be 25 on Thursday. Oh,
What
it was so nice because real quick, we had a meeting today and they came in with 3 cakes.
for you?
Yes.
3 for what?
Because they know I like options. I'm just kidding.
Like why 3?
I don't know, but they were like not chic. It
Yeah,
was like I know.
it's a lot.
But tell me why? Because our mother talked to my supervisor and made sure that they did something for me. She's nuts.
That is insane. It takes the
So
top off.
you said what?
It takes the top off. Like what?
I know. I don't know if you can see it right here.
Wow.
It was like 3 cakes and it had 2.5 on it, whatever.
How
But
are they good?
yeah, it was really good actually. Then they bought me like wine and some other liquor. Like, yeah. So anyway, shout out to mother for thinking about me. Anywho, tell them why we're here today.
Real quick.
Yes.
I know 25 is a weird age, so you take your time with that, But today, for all my people out there that love STEM, tell me what it is. Science,
Don't ask me. Technology,
okay, engineering,
math.
okay. So everybody that's interested in
I kidding.
STEM learning, I still technically am a big STEM head and still in college. So I know
Yeah.
a lot
What's your major for the people who don't know?
major, and everybody be like, why do you always say the whole thing? It's enterprise cybersecurity. Yes, I'm taking them business
It's
classes.
2 words. Why do people like tell
I
them get
mean,
off your back?
they always say that, but back to what I was trying to say. I was a heavy STEM head in high school, and I know a lot of my peers, even to this day, are still STEM heads. I think that's the most evolving, like, career that you can get
True.
into because that is never changing. Well, I mean, it's always changing, but I mean, like, it's never a way that it'll stop. So you always
Yeah.
new jobs and new opportunities and new outcomes. And for a lot of people that look like me, or a lot of people that hang around me, it's challenging to jumpstart or get into that right away. So today, y'all brought somebody dear to our heart that will tell us all about STEM and in their field and how they present it and what their purpose is in STEM. And we just want to relate that to the people watching today. So
Great. I mean, you kind of did me dirty with the intro. You killed it. Okay, whatever.
you got an intro? Let me hear it. You got an
W intro. You did
intro?
great. But yes, we're gonna have our lovely cousin
Special guest.
Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, you actually had a birthday too, so happy belated.
Thank you. I'm not going to tell you my age. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. She's aging gracefully. I hope that's my fear. I need to have all my teeth. Like I don't have time. I don't have time.
You gotta stay in that gym. You gotta stay in that gym.
Okay. Hello, mother. She said hello, cuz.
Hi.
Brandon says, hey, cousins. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think y'all. Can y'all see these comments? Well, I'll just tell you. Okay. So yeah, when we first were thinking about R.I.C.E University and like who we wanted to have on and stuff, and when we first thought about, was it you, DeAndre, who thought about STEM? I can't remember, but you immediately like popped up in our heads because I feel like even way back then, you were the first person that I felt like I knew who like was into technology and stuff, but I didn't really know much about it. So I feel like you were the perfect person to talk about this. So we just kind of wanted to start off like, how did you get into it? What do you do now? What was your journey getting up to this point? Like, just tell us
Plus
whatever
a
you
little
want.
mini introduction to yourself.
Okay, so mini introduction. I'm Stephanie Randall. I am a system engineer. I've been in the STEM fields for a long time, over 30 years. And I got into it because as a kid, I wanted to be a physical therapist. And when I took my second zoology class in college, and the lady brought out a dead cat and said, "Hey, everyone, take your cat home, learn the muscles, and be able to talk about the cat and know every part of the cat." I said, "Guess what? This is not for me." And so at the time, my mom and dad had like a little small computer, and I went home for a weekend and played on it. And I was like, "This is really cool." And my dad was like, "Hey, they got a great computer science program at North Carolina A&T State University. Aggies in the house." And so I transferred and enrolled, and I haven't looked back. The one thing I will say about STEM is there's so many opportunities. So when I went to college, there were, you could be a system administrator, you could be a coder, database engineer, but now it's even wider. There's just so many opportunities. So like DeAndre was saying earlier, this is a arena where you're always learning. There's always something new. It's always evolving. So
Quick question real quick. I'm in school right now, and
you are? Oh, okay.
And I'm doing enterprise cybersecurity, like I said before. And I want to know, you say you're system engineering, right? Do you do a lot in coding? Because I had to take a few coding classes. I'm just like, good heavens. Like, is that something that always translate over?
No, like in my current position, I really work with customers and gather their requirements to help build a system. And I work with the developers, but I don't do coding anymore. That's back in the day.
Yeah. Get me out of that, man.
But I will say this. If you want to be a coder, you don't mind sitting down, getting the requirements and building something, building software, building applications, perfect for you. But you just got to stay up on the languages because there are always new languages to learn.
Do you know you want to do yet, DeAndre? You're still like figuring it out.
I'm still figuring out. You know what I do know? When I was in computer science my freshman year, bless that boy back then. I knew that that's not what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to sit and code all day. That just wasn't something that was ideally for me. So when I had took the switch, I know that I wanted to do something where I could be like this, kind of be vocal and do things where I can congregate with people while also still being in tech and STEM in some way. So when I chose the business plus the tech and everything in between, that's kind of something that my focus is more pertaining to.
Yeah, so because it's like you're under the business school now instead of being under computer science, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm kind of doing not the same things, but some of the same classes I would have taken in that major I'm taking now. So it's like both intertwined, but I ain't gonna talk about cause that's not the podcast for it. So
yeah, we don't want to hear about your struggles. Yeah. Oh yeah, so Sharon says, "Hey." Auntie Dana says, "Hey, cousin Stephanie." Aggie Pride, okay, in the building. And Mother says, "Dre, you're not good with languages. We know that. Yeah, whatever language it is, coding, Spanish, English,
not that
all of it."
I'm catching stray bullets right now.
You said what?
I'm catching strays.
Sorry. Oh, Stephanie, I know you have. We briefly, I'm trying to think. Like, I know I heard a little bit about your nonprofit, but related to that, I know something you've mentioned before is like the percentages are very low for women of color. It is, or is it like maybe young girls of color being interested in STEM, or maybe like where do you see the disparities and like why do you think that is so, or is it just lack of exposure or what?
It's a little bit of both. Mainly young women of all races, but mainly women of color. They don't get the support, whether it's coming from their parents. They don't see people that look like them, so they don't have role models. they also are being sort of discouraged in a sense. So, a lot of young ladies, they might start and say, I really like math and I think I want to do this, or I want to be a programmer, I want to do that. But by the time they get to either high school or college, there's someone else telling them, this is not for you. This is too hard for you. You can't do well in this. And so they drop off. So if we want to have more women of color in STEM, we've got to do a few things, which are like making sure that they have the confidence to pursue their STEM career, making sure they're role models so they see people that look like them. We also got to make sure that teachers get more involved with STEM and that they come up with hands-on, relatable activities so that girls can learn, as well as just making sure that their voice is being heard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because even when I would think about this is sport related, but even when I was trying to think about what I wanted to do, I didn't have, we didn't really learn what careers you could have in sports when we were younger. It felt like it was just maybe just men in the industry or white men in the industry, but no one to really say, hey, you might think this is cool. It was just someone automatically made me feel like we wouldn't be interested. I don't know. It's just weird that where it seems like with a lot of fields, you kind of never know what the kid is interested in, mainly because they don't even know about it half the time. Or we didn't have cool STEM classes when we were growing up, or something to teach us about coding, or
nothing like that really.
Engineering. I mean, I didn't have any of that. So maybe I would have pursued it, or so.
Yeah, and to the confidence point, I know it's so many people in the field that you think you're so much smarter than you, and you can't compete with that because of that aspect. And I know, and I can't speak for women, of course, but for myself, I know that it can be discouraging sometimes when you see someone excelling, you can't even understand what you're looking at. And what I wanted to ask Stephanie, relating back to that, was who was your confidence booster that that helped you keep it going? Was it your parents or somebody that you know?
Yeah, I would have to say it was our parents, because a lot of people always ask me, how is it that, me and my sister are both in STEM? And I was like, my parents never told us we couldn't do it. They were always like, anything you want to do, go after it, pursue it, work hard towards it. And that's what we did. But they never said, you can't be a doctor, or you can't be a coder, or you can't be, they never said that. It's like, whatever you want to do, go out and do it. And I think the other part of it is, my parents had us in so much stuff when we were kids.
Yeah.
So we had a great understanding of how to work with people, how to be a team player, critical thinking type of activities. Even in the summer, we were doing math, stuff like that, so we were always involved in stuff. So I think for parents who have young kids, young women, start getting them engaged in robotics and other activities that are being offered at school or outside of school, so that you can start preparing them mentally to go, man, this is a lot of fun. I like doing it. And it's not hard. I think I want to keep pursuing this.
Yeah. That's true. I know with many things, it's some stuff can be like the financial piece of it, maybe. Well, so I guess that's why it was cool that you said get them involved in stuff at school, because a lot of times the stuff is free, or a lot of times the stuff is free, or maybe it'll be at a discounted price or something. But do you have any suggestions or ways that people could get involved for free, or some free activities? Or I know we did get some great resources from you, which we'll definitely plug later, but just wondering if you had any advice or tips for someone who may want to do it but want to get into or want to get into some programs or clubs outside of maybe college immediately because of the financial part, if they're still in high school and want to check it out, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
There are, if you go out to the internet, there are so many free courses. MIT has free courses. Lots of schools, lots of universities have free courses. So you can sign up for them, take them, and The one good thing is if you want to get a certificate once you finish, you might have to pay like $10. That's no big deal. But you're getting the knowledge, and that's what you want to keep doing. Getting the knowledge, building that foundation so that as you're growing in your STEM career or your STEM knowledge, you're learning different things. But there's so many free activities now when it comes to like workshops and what do you call them, camps and things of that nature during the summer. Those are great too, but yeah, you're going to have to definitely fork out some money for them. But there are a lot of free resources out on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, big thing real quick for me. This question for me, I'm asking.
Okay.
Certifications, is that something that you have to get, like first, like it has to be done? But like certifications, I hear about in school a lot. Is that something you have to complete to get where you're at? You know?
Not necessarily. I always tell people you have options, and this is your option. Get a degree. If you don't want to do the 4-year, get the certifications.
Okay.
Because someone's going to ask you what type of experience you have, and then they're going to go, what type of degree you have. And if you don't have a degree, you got to have something to plug that hole.
Right. Because I know certifications, they always preach certifications like in classes, having to get them to maybe get the job that you want. So I mean, it is nice to hear one or the other, right?
Well, the thing that you should be aware of, DeAndre, is like, since you're in the cybersecurity realm, you want to make sure that you get your what is it called, CISSP. You definitely want to have that, because that knowledge is everything about cybersecurity, networking, all those pieces, which falls right into your bailiwick.
Exactly.
What does that stand for? CISSP, you said?
Yeah. You would ask me that, and I can't think of what it stands for.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was something everybody knew. I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's something I don't know. I'm putting in the comments because DeAndre gonna forget CISSP. Okay. I'll just put it there, then he can look it up later. Okay. But I wanted to ask, could you kind of explain a little bit about your nonprofit that you have, or like maybe some things you all do, or how people could get involved or participate?
Oh, sure. So our nonprofit is called Women and Girls Inspiring STEM Excellence. And basically, what we try to do is we work with girls who are 12 years old up to second year in college, and we provide mentoring. And so we want to do that because, like I said before, we find that some young ladies, they know they want to major in STEM, but they don't have any guidance. They don't know what it looks like. And so we put together some roadmaps of, what do you need to do when you're in the 8th grade? What should you be taking? What should you be, investing your time in? And then having that mentor to check in with you either, once a week, once a month, just say, hey, how's it going? What things are you working on? And trying to give them a view of what does it look like to be a woman in STEM. Because I think, just speaking from experience, walking in a room full of people and you're the only one, either the only woman or the only minority, and naturally most people will go, oh, she's probably the person taking notes or something. I've had that happen to me. She's taking notes. And they're looking around for the person, and they're like, well, is Stephanie here? And I go, I'm Stephanie. Look at me like, oh, she's running the show. Yeah, I'm running the show. So just to let them know, like, what is the landscape when you major in STEM? A lot of times you are going to be by yourself. You are going to be the only woman. You are going to be the only minority, but you still be able to be confident and step up to the plate and be able to talk the technical lingo to do your thing, So
yeah,
just making sure girls have that information, have all the tools they need to be successful.
Yeah, and I saw on the website you guys have online mentors as well. Is it in person and online?
It's mainly online right now because we started it right before COVID or right after COVID got started. So we've been online.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, we have an event coming up. It's called a Gap Fest, and we're going to have basically women from college all the way up to women who've been in the STEM field for like 45 years.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah. And the How do you spell out your website?
It is wise-stem.org.
Okay. So they can like find the events and other things on the website. I'm just typing it in the chat. Okay.
I know that, it's going to be, you said women from college all the way 45 years, but can I come? Can I watch?
It's really for girls, but you're more than welcome to watch.
Don't be that person, DeAndre.
It's a free event. It'll be on Eventbrite. So you're welcome to come and watch.
No, tell them this ain't for you. This ain't for you. I got enough stuff.
And then our topic for the Gap Fest is going to be preserving our mental health while pursuing academic STEM excellence.
Nice.
That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, you can't partake, DeAndre.
Not me, but it's needed for everybody.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. So hope people can check it out and
for sure
support it, and of course we'll repost it and stuff too.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
What?
So real quick, I think I said this in the beginning, but of course Stephanie is our cousin, but I feel like we still don't know some stuff about you. So, and I'm learning something new about DeAndre every day, even though I don't want to learn nothing about her every day. That's can I stress that? But is there like a fact or something that a lot of people don't know about you, or something, I don't know, something you would like to share about yourself? Just anything. And then DeAndre, you'll go next.
What?
Oh my gosh. Let me see, something that people would not know.
I gotta think too.
Oh, okay. I can do a couple of things.
Okay.
So since I've been 6 years old, I've been involved in dance and piano, and I still play and I still dance. Yes. So I just recently stopped teaching dance. So yeah.
Nice. Is it a specific kind of dance, or is like you've done what are they like, tap and ballet and all? Like, do you do a lot of
modern? I usually do modern though.
Modern, okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, nice. So it's my turn.
Oh,
what?
Oh, Brandon says you have been going in on DeAndre. You don't see the pain I go through off camera, so I need witnesses when I come for him. But
look,
Brandon, do not take up him.
I got mine. I thought of it.
Okay.
I don't know what age, but it had to range from at least 5 years. I used to sleep in my mom's bed when I was what age was that, bro? 11 to like 14.
Why are you telling?
I used to sleep in my mom's bed, and I don't think I've ever told nobody the reason, but I had a dream about the movie The Black Swan. You remember that horror movie? It came out like 2010.
I never saw it, but I do remember that.
I had a bad dream about that. I slept in there one night and just never stopped for like years. It's a fact.
I feel like that would be more one of those things. What is something you never want to tell anyone, but tell it now? I don't know if that's a fun fact, but
like probably the whole year of middle school, the whole time, literally.
Pray for that boy.
That's mine. That's mine.
I can't really think of one.
You gonna cop out after we had to?
I'm trying to think. Something that people may not know about me. I used to want to be a hairstylist when I was younger. Really? Yeah, for a while, up until like high school. I used to practice. I used to have a huge like wig mannequin, so I would practice braiding, and I don't know, for a while I wanted to do hair. I
remember that.
You remember that? Like it was for some years I actually wanted to do hair, but God knew not to give me that because I could barely keep up with mine. But anyway, I be having some people jacked up out here, but that's besides the point. Stephanie, we thank you so much. Is there something? I definitely. Well, DeAndre, I'll let you go first. Do you have something to plug? Because I have something to say, but I'll let you go first if you want.
Nah. I can go later.
Let me go first. Okay. I would like to. So I know, Stephanie, I had asked you beforehand, but I'm also figure out a way to maybe add this to our link tree or something. But you gave us some apprenticeships, some internships, MIT Open Learning course, free STEM course. Huh?
I need all of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you these directly. Especially because I remember when I was in college, it was just hard to get internships, and I don't know, it's tough. So if any way you can learn more or do more and stuff, I think people should take advantage of it. Well,
Deja, while you looking for that, I have a question for Stephanie real quick.
Okay.
Is the STEM field is super competitive for like everyone. I just saw this video. This guy said he submitted 200 applications and only got offered 2 jobs.
Oh my gosh.
So I would say a couple of things. If you want to be successful in STEM, you want to get your foot in the door, doing an internship. Gotta have that. Gotta. The degree is always nice. Certifications are always nice. But network with people. Like you need to start networking now.
Yeah.
You know, when they have sometimes there are networking events. Go to those, even though you're in college, go to those networking events. Meet people who are already in the field you want to be in.
Yeah.
You know, start making those connections. You know, and then when you're looking for a job or something, like, you know what, I remember meeting Mike at that so and so mixer. I'm going to give him a call and see if they got anything open.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, your resume got to be tight.
Yeah.
It's got to be tight.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, recruiters look at resumes 6 seconds to determine whether or not you get moved to the next pile.
Man. Okay. Because I've been hearing networking since middle school. They've been saying network.
Yes.
Because I'll even say, like, for me, which Stephanie, I definitely just echoing what she said, but I've gotten a lot of things just off of like who knew me and like just the way just who I was as a person. Like, of course I did do the work and it wasn't something like I didn't know what I was doing, but a lot of it was just, you have to get yourself out there and meet people and create for me, it was genuine, authentic relationships. Yes, it was a professor. Yes, it was someone who I may need a favor recommendation from later, but like it was off me just being nice to them and strengthening our relationship over time naturally. So I feel like that's something you have to keep in mind too, DeAndre. Like, yes, you want to make sure you meet the right people, but it's also about someone I haven't talked to in some years will hit me up randomly about an opportunity just because we were cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about that, I feel.
Okay. All right, Deja, go back. I'm listening.
Oh no, I was just saying because I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to say that I'm going to make sure I add them somewhere so people can go to them. Is what I'm saying.
So that's your shout out.
Yeah, that's and I can plug myself. My birthday's in 2 days, so if y'all want to give me some money, do it. Your girl is
2 days, but
what you say, DeAndre? Yeah, what you gotta say?
I don't have anything to plug today. I just love having great guests on. That's super. Yes. It's hard coming by. It's hard coming by guests in general, but when they're good, they're great. It's super. It makes me super happy. So I don't got nothing to plug, but Stephanie, do you have anything to plug for me?
Yes. No, I just want to say thank you for having me. I definitely enjoyed my time here.
Of course.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, because sometimes you forget, like, you got some cool people in your family. Like, you got like,
Nice.
I remember Stephanie be doing her thing. Let's hit her up, ask if she wanted. So, but I just forget what people have going on, and sometimes you just see someone as a family member or like a friend. But people really be doing great work out here, and we want to shout you out and like show people that you've been about your stuff, because you said you've been doing it for a minute. Okay, so don't play with her. So, anyways, we love you and we thank you so much. Y'all, we'll see y'all when we see y'all. Hopefully next Tuesday.
We'll see you next Tuesday. I have my word. You'll see us next Tuesday.
All right. Well, according to DeAndre, we'll be back next week. We love y'all and see y'all later. Oh my God.